How do we hear? How do we see? What makes up the air we breathe? How does a plane fly over the sea? How do the planets float so weightlessly?
Let's go! Let's go!
It's technology.
Let's go! Let's grow!
Science, you and me.
Let's go! Let's go!
We're learning every day.
Let's go! Let's grow!
Engine leads the way.
Hello? Where is everyone? I can't see anything. There is no light. Everything is black. We need to start the show. We need the lights on. Where is the camera crew? Is anyone there?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Camera, lights, action.
Thank you, light. That makes it better. I can see you now. Okay, let's start. Today in Ngen, we are going to lighten up ourselves and explore the world of light. Imagine for a moment a world without light. We would be bumping into things, we wouldn't see colors, and we actually wouldn't even be able to survive. But what is light? How does it travel? How is light an energy? How are shadows formed? How is light critical to the life on Earth? How does light help plants to grow? Why do we need light for human survival? Let's switch on our brains, lighten up our minds, and start inquiring, discovering, and learning about light.
Let's go! Let's go!
We're learning every day.
Excuse me, can I borrow that? Here is one of our studio lights. We have quite a few in our studio. Look! Let's first understand what is light. Light is an energy beam that is made up of a flow of tiny particles called photons. A photon is the smallest unit of visible light. We can't see it with our bare eyes, but there are millions of them. And how does it travel? Light moves in light waves which always travel in a straight line. Where does light come from? Well, in order to see light, we need a light source. Light always starts from a source of energy, like our studio light here. I want you to stop and think for a moment of different sources of light. How many can you think of? Electric bulbs? Yes. Candle, fire, right. Even our mobile phone screen is also a source of light. What do you think is the biggest source of light for our planet? Think. It's very far from us. It's very big. And we can see it every day on the sky above us. Right? The sun. Oh, let me get my sun hat on. Good. On Earth, the sun is our main source of light, and it is the brightest object in the sky. The sun is such a powerful light source. It can damage your eyes if you look at it directly, and you need to wear special glasses to observe it. Most of the light we see from the sun is reflected light, which means the light has bounced off objects before it reaches our eyes. The light waves travel from the source of light in a straight line, bounce off an object, and come to our eyes, allowing us to see things. The sun is a star, which is a huge ball of hot gases. In fact, it is our closest star. Light travels very, very fast, especially in space, which is a vacuum. The sun is 93 million miles away from us, yet it only takes 8 minutes for the light to leave the sun and reach us on the Earth. That means the speed of light in space is 300,000 kilometers per second. That's even faster than the fastest rocket. Yes, it's impossible for us to travel at the speed of light. But after day always comes night. When it's nighttime and everything is dark, you can see other stars. All stars are a source of light. But why do other stars look so small? They look smaller than the sun because they are so far from us. In fact, they are so distant that our nearest stars take 4 years for the light from the star to reach our eyes. We call this light years. There are some stars we can see that are so far away that the light left the stars millions of years ago. There are even stars that by the time we are seeing them, they do not even exist anymore. At night time, the sun is no longer visible in the sky, but with the moon, it is still easy for us to see. The moon is not a source of light in itself, but it reflects light from the sun. Space is a vacuum, so this is when light travels its fastest. It slows down a little bit when it travels through air, but it's still very fast. And it is a bit slower still when it travels through water. When sunlight hits the ocean, it can travel as far as 80 meters deep. That is the same depth as Lake Victoria, the largest freshwater lake in Africa. So, light travels very fast and always in straight lines that we call light waves. Sometimes we see light directly from a source, but much of the light we see is reflected from the sun off an object or surface. So next time you are stargazing, look at the stars, twinkling, and think about the long, straight journey those light waves have been on to reach you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shine upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night.
Science, you and me.
Light travels as a wave. But unlike sound waves or water waves, it doesn't need any matter or material to carry its energy along. It can travel in a vacuum. However, when light travels through different mediums, something which it finds on its path, like water, for example, it slows down and changes direction. This change in direction of light is called refraction. Here is a fun experiment you can do to understand how refraction works.
Look at this pencil. It's made from wood. You see, I can't bend it, but I'm gonna use the concept of refraction to make it look like I'm bending it. Take a pencil like mine and a glass full of water. Put the pencil in the water. Look carefully. Can you see the pencil bend? The pencil does not really bend. The light waves get refracted and makes the pencil look bent. Try it at home and see if you can trick someone that you have a bent pencil.
That was fun. Different objects which are in the way of the light wave react differently. Let's look at the sun, our main source of light. If we place an object like a house, a tree, a big rain cloud, or even yourself in the way of the sunlight, what happens? Do you see that dark area underneath? We call this the shadow because light can only travel in a straight line. When you block the light wave, you literally block the path of light. Can all objects create shadows? Let's explore this. I have 3 types of objects here. Let's start with the first one. It's a glass. Light can easily pass through it. Does it make a shadow? No, it doesn't. The object that allows all light through, it is see-through, or we can call it transparent. Let's take our second object. It's a plastic tin. Oh, Look, it's giving us a light shadow. Some light can travel through, but some is blocked, and it gives a faint or light shadow. The object that allows limited light through we call a translucent object. And now our last object. Look, it produces a solid dark shadow. This is because it has blocked all the light waves. The object that lets no light through, we call this opaque. Light changes its path after hitting this object. Trish and Ethan, we are going to make hand puppets. You can do this almost anywhere, and with a bit of practice, you can treat your friends and family to their very own puppet show. Your hands are opaque objects. We're going to use them to block the light waves from a source and create a shadow. You need a source of light, a wall, your hands, and some imagination. Start by putting your hand between the light and the wall. This tests that you can make shadows. Now, change the shape of your hands to make some interesting shapes or animals. Try this. What animal is it? Has a long neck. It's a bird and it sits on water.
Ooh, a duck.
Ah, that's right. What about this? You might find this on the beach. It has claws.
It's a crab.
Yeah, and how about this?
A beautiful bird flying away.
This is a very slow animal and you may find it in your garden. It has its home on its back.
A snail.
Very good. This animal, some people consider it man's best friend. It can protect us and it wags its tail when it's happy.
Ah, a dog.
And what about this one? You find it in the savannah and lions like to eat it.
An antelope.
We're learning every day.
I love taking pictures. Do you? By studying some of the very earliest types of cameras, we can learn how modern-day photos work. The very first cameras were called a camera oscura, which comes from two Latin words and mean darkened room. This is because they were room-sized. This camera oscura works on a simple principle that light travels in a straight line. Let me explain. By making a room or a box completely dark and only letting a tiny amount of light in through a very small hole, the small hole limits the amount of light that can enter a very dark box, meaning only the light rays that are traveling in a straight line directly from different points of the object can enter. The image is very dim because the pinhole is very small, which is why you need to keep the room as dark as possible. The object is upside down because light travels in straight lines. In a more modern camera, the light hits the film which has chemicals in it that reacts to light. So it starts changing and it turns the image into a photograph. So are you ready? Smile! Say cheese! A pinhole camera works like a regular camera, except that it does not take pictures but shows real images. It has a tiny hole that allows a narrow beam of light to enter, forming an upside-down reversed image. Here's how you can make one. You will need aluminium foil, waxed paper, one sheet of black construction paper, tape, straight pins, and a Pringle can. Measure 5 centimeters up from the bottom. Make a hole in the center at the bottom of the can. and cut the can all the way around. Cut a circle out of wax paper and tape it over the short part of the can. This will be your viewing screen or film. Put the long part of the can back on the short part and tape the pieces together. For a pinhole to work, the only light must come in through the pinhole. So make it light tight by wrapping foil around the can. Tuck in any excess inside the tube. Roll the construction paper into a tube and insert it partway into the open end of the can. This will act as a light shielding eyepiece for your camera. Now you are ready to use your camera. Place an object under a bright light. Point the pinhole end of the camera at it and look through the black eyepiece. You should see a color image on the object on the waxed paper screen.
Hey, do you know what happens when we move our bodies? We get the oxygen to flow to our brain, which then helps us learn and remember things. And today, I am going to dance with you animal moves. We have a monkey, an elephant, a leopard. We can even use the sound of them. Yeah? Let's try with the monkeys first. Can we try again? And I need you to surprise your mom. Loud. Project your voice like animals. Yeah? Let's try from the beginning. Here we go. Well done! Make sure you include physical activity in your daily life. Dance, run, exercise, whatever gets your heart pumping.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm standing under the sunlight so I can grow tall because I learned that plants use sunlight to grow really tall. So I thought it would work on me.
You are right. Light is incredibly important for plants to grow. Without sunlight, plants can't survive. And without plants, humans can't survive. And plants always grow towards a light source. They use it for something called photosynthesis. This is their way of making food, so they can grow. The word photo actually means light. A photograph, a photocopier, photosynthesis all use light to work. So in photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means to make. Photosynthesis is a process when plants use light to make their own food. For green plants to make their own food, they need...
Oh, hold on. I know this. Carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight.
Yes, carbon dioxide from the air, water through the roots, sunlight on their leaves. The leaf of a plant is where most of the action happens. If you cut a leaf and look at it under a microscope, you will see tiny pores called stomata. This is where the carbon dioxide is breathed into the plant. Carbon dioxide is a gas in the air that we breathe out. In fact, all animals breathe out carbon dioxide and then plants breathe it in. Plant leaves capture light. The stem holds the leaves in such a way that they can receive maximum energy from the sunlight. There are cells in the leaves that contain tiny structures called chloroplasts. Once the leaf has caught the sun rays, the chloroplasts produce a green pigment called chlorophyll. Find a sunny spot and cover up some grass with an opaque object, like my dog water bowl here, and then leave it for a week. When you remove the opaque object, you'll notice that where the sunlight was blocked and no light could reach the grass, that the leaves of the grass lost their green color. This because the chloroplasts cannot produce the chlorophyll pigment without sunlight. If grass was covered for long enough, it would eventually die. So now we have water plus carbon dioxide plus sunlight, and boom, a chemical reaction occurs and plants create their own food called glucose and let out oxygen too.
What is glucose?
Glucose is a type of sugar that gets distributed to all parts of the plant. It helps it to grow and make flowers, fruits, and vegetables. And oxygen is a waste gas that the plants breathe out during photosynthesis.
I get it now. People and animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. It's like a cycle. So we can't survive without each other.
Shall we try and see if we can see this in action? Here is a green plant called Elodia. We have put it in a transparent container with water in it. We have added baking soda, that as a source of carbon dioxide, because the plant is underwater. Now we have water plus carbon dioxide. We just need light. So we have shone an artificial light on the tank. Can you see the bubbles rising to the water surface? What do you think those bubbles are made of? That is the plant giving out oxygen. Photosynthesis is happening.
So can light make me grow too?
Well, sunlight will give you vitamin D, which keeps your bones, teeth, and muscles healthy, as well as defend you against infections. So, in a way, yes.
Vitamins and minerals are substances that are found in foods we eat. Your body needs them to work properly so you grow and develop just like you should. Bacteria, fungi, and plants produce their own vitamins. Our bodies can't, so we need to get them from other sources. Each vitamin or mineral has a special role to play. Vitamin D is very important for strong bones and teeth. Vitamin D is made in our skin when exposed to sunlight. So spend a lot of time outdoors in the sun. Or we can get vitamin D from the foods we eat, especially milk, yogurt and cheese, egg yolks, fish like tuna or tilapia, and mushrooms. Eat plenty of those delightful foods and be healthy.
It's time for a brain booster.
Which object will not create a shadow? A glass, a phone, a dog. It's a glass. A glass won't make a shadow because it is transparent, meaning it allows all the light to pass through. Which one of the following statements is true? The sun is a star. The sun is a ball of hot gases. It takes 8 minutes for the light to travel from the sun to the earth. All of the above. animal breathes in carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen? Plants, animals, or people? It's plants. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide and produce oxygen in a process of photosynthesis. One of the reasons it is good to have a lot of plants around the house and compound.
Be a lifelong learner and see what else you can discover about light. Keep on inquiring, keep on discovering, and keep on learning. Until next time, bye!